Everyone is fine with that. Yeah, sorry, Dilipan. And yeah, guide
Yes.
and just one thing to just keep this session interactive. If you feel you're not understanding or Dilipan is going fast or slow, let him know. Just be interactive and let's learn something here as the agenda of any new meta page. Yeah, Dilipan, sorry to interrupt. You can start here. I've
Yeah,
started the
fine,
recording.
fine. Recording started, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, so the purpose of this design model is you can modify the DWL file whenever needed. Okay, modify or add new mappings, anything pretty much. Okay, you can modify whenever needed. And the second thing is dynamically loading different DWL files. Okay, with one connector. Okay, you can dynamically load different DWL files. Okay, so this thing also we can do with this model. Second thing, so by while doing these changes, okay, you don't require any runtime restart or application restart. You don't require runtime restart. So if you don't if runtime restart is not required, okay, if application restart is not required, then what we are going to achieve is zero downtime. Okay, you don't need to make the server downtime and allocate some uh, downtime range for the applications for the application changes. Okay, so this zero downtime you can achieve. Okay, and whatever I told, okay, so this is going to be the the last one is going to be the main advantage. Okay, so whatever I told prior, okay, so everything, okay, you are going to do with a web page. Okay, you can you can visualize the things, yeah, and you can see the things available in the DWL file, and you can modify everything. Okay, so everything in a web page formats. Okay, so now, so this is going to be the final outcome, how your web page editor, DWL editor will look like. Okay, so this is not a DWL, DWLang.fun, that online editors. That editor, it is for only education purpose, right? Okay, where you can check your transformations, how your logics. Okay, so this one is for in your project while the applications are running, how you can modify the DWLs and mappings. Okay, so that is what this web page or this project consists. Okay, so if you see here, here we are having, sorry, so here we are having some mappings. Okay, if you see here, DB first name, DB last name, salary, city is there, so everything is there. So these are the key elements, and the right side you are having the expression for these keys. Okay, so all the mappings, these are the mappings available in a DWL file. Okay, so all these mappings you can visualize in a table format. Okay, if you want to modify this particular mapping, you can modify here, and you can hit the modify button. Okay, after modifying, it will go and add in the DWL file. Okay, this is for modifying the mapping, and the next feature is for adding new mapping. Okay, you can add a key here and expression here, and after that you can hit the submit button, and it will add a new element here. Okay, and the next one is if the element, okay, so here you can add some simple elements, but if the transformations are too much complex, okay, so then we can have a bulk edit mode where you can see the DWL file itself in web page, the whole DWL file. You can modify the things, and you can hit the submit button, and it will modify the DWL file. Okay, so this is going to be the bulk editor mode. So all these modes I will give some walkthrough in later point. So first we will see. Okay, so after seeing these things, okay, in web page, okay, submit button is there, but how the submit button is going to trigger the mule flow. Okay, so it is with some simple HTML tags only. Okay, so in HTML, this is a simple HTML tag, a simple HTML page. Okay, so here how it is interacting, how this submit button is interacting. So input type we are getting a submit, and this input type we are wrapping inside form element. Okay, this form element is for user interaction. Okay, so here action is there. In action we are calling our mule flows endpoint. Okay, and with method we want to call. Okay, all these things we are giving here, and in value, in text area we are giving the value. So here whatever modifications we are doing, okay, it will be wrapped as a payload, and it will call this particular endpoint with the post method. So this is how we are calling our mule flows. Okay, we are interacting with our mule flows from the web page. Okay, Okay, now we will see where exactly our model fits. Okay, so every architecture model will not be suitable for every scenario or every requirement. Okay, so a particular requirement should be there, so then only a model will be this model will be suitable. Okay, so where it will fit is, okay, let's say your organization is having a number of applications. Okay, so it can be 5, it can be 10, it can be 100, and all these applications are having a number of transformations. Okay, so what you will do, so conventionally, so in application one you will have, so see here, so in application one you are having two transformations. For these two transformations you will be having two DWL files, or two transform message connectors. Okay, but the complexity here is, so everywhere you have to, so whenever a change comes, okay, you have to go inside this particular application one, modify your mappings, and again redeploy your application. Okay, like that you have to do. So let's say you are having modifications in 10 applications, then you have to again build 10 applications and redeploy. So those kind of complexity is there. So what we can do for this is, you can create a common DWL repo. You can create a common DWL repo, keep all your DWL files in this common DWL repo. Okay, and all these applications can read all these applications can read the DWL files from this common repo. So this common repo can be anything. Okay, it can be a local file folder, or it can be a S3 bucket, or it can be Azure, or even database tables you can use. In Oracle you can use a blob format or clob format, and you can store the DWL scripts in the tables. Okay, so like this you can have a DWL repo where you can keep all your DWL files, and your application can read from here. Okay, so how these applications can read the external DWL file, I will cover later. But this can be one option. But the thing is, still you have to go inside this DWL repo. Let's say your deployment model is on premise. Okay, you have to log in into this repo where this DWL, log in into the server where this DWL repo is there, and you have to manually edit the files inside this repo. Okay, still it will be some manual effort is involved, more effort is involved, and still still the mule developers are required for this. Okay, so now how we can change this is, okay, all these DWL files we can keep in this DWL repo. Then we are introducing a visualization service. Okay, so this visualization service, it will contain two endpoints. Okay, one is mapping visualizer and is mapping modifier. Okay, so whenever we are hitting this mapping visualizer endpoint with the entity name, so which is nothing but the transaction name or DWL file name, something like that. Okay, if you hit this endpoint, okay, it will, this visualization service, it will go to this DWL repo, grab the DWL files from this repo. Okay, and it will visualize. Okay, so how it visualized here, so like this you can see in your web page. Okay, this visualization service, it will do this thing only. Okay, it will do this thing. And after that, after visualization, okay, if you have any requirement to modify the mapping, okay, then you can hit the submit button. Okay, submit button, it directly calls this mapping modifier endpoint. Okay, so we don't need to call this endpoint directly. Instead, this visualizer endpoint itself, it will call the mapping modifier endpoint. So like that, we are having a single point where we can visualize our DWL files, we can verify our mappings. In case, let's say, in some production errors are coming, okay, how we will verify our mapping is correct or not, or where the problem occurred. Okay, the first point we will go is our DWL file or our transformations. Okay, and we will verify. Okay, so that there also it will come handy. Okay, we can directly we can visualize our transformations. Okay, so these are the two endpoints. And how so where in which deployment models we can use this visualization service? Okay, in both on-premise, cloud hub, hybrid, even RTF, anywhere. Okay, anywhere you can use this design model. Okay, how we can use this? If it is a on-premise, okay, so we can use a file connector. Okay, if it is cloud hub, we can use a S3 bucket, or as I told earlier, we can use any protocol, okay, which supports cloud hub. Okay, from if you have a publicly exposed protocol, okay, then you can use that protocol, and you can configure that protocol here. Okay, it is very pretty much simple to configure the endpoints here, configure the connectors here. Okay, so currently now I developed the application with only two things, file connector and S3 connector. Okay. um, so now I will give a stop here. If anyone having any doubt, we can see. So till now we have seen the whole design model. So if in design oriented doubts, we will see now. After that, any technical doubts, I will give a walkthrough. Okay. After this, I'm going to do a walkthrough on applications. We will see. So Amit, so far any questions came?
No, Dilepan, I don't see in the chat. So, guys, anyone wants to ask any question, I can enable the mic also. Anyone wants to understand or wants Dilepan to repeat anything at very high level, yeah, you can raise your
Okay.
hand, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, Haris. Uh, yeah, Haris, I will give you the access if you need mic access. If
So we will see some questions alone now. After that, we will have a separate question and answer section. We will see later. Okay.
Haris, can you
Haris,
ask
can you?
question? Can you? I think I have enabled your mic. Can you ask now?
Hello, Haris.
Yeah, I think he enabling his mic.
Mm.
Yeah, Amit.
Yeah,
Is it
please ask
audible?
your question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can hear.
Yeah, hi Dilip. The we are modifying the DWL file.
Yeah.
If you are taking it to production, and then how come it will be having some history? It will be going in a hierarchical way, right? Once we will be pushing the code from SAT to UAT, and then
Mm-hmm.
from UAT to production, right? If we are doing the
Mm-hmm.
changes directly using this web editor, then it will be requiring some amount of hierarchical approval to publish it to production, right? So how over here?
Exactly, exactly. Okay. See, in terms of this sensitive environments, okay, so still you can modify the things. You can follow the whole process, modify the thing in your local. Then after that, you can promote. You can have a CI/CD pipeline for this DWL repo alone. Okay, and you can promote the DWL repo from your local environment, from your local or from your lower environments to the production environment. Still, you can follow the process. Okay, so the changes where you are going to do is it is in DWL repo. Okay, so in local
Okay.
environment you can do the changes and you can promote the changes to higher environments.
Okay, okay. So in this way, we can have a
Mm.
history of all those
Exactly.
changes which we have done,
Mm.
and it will be having some amount of configuration.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then, Dilip, I have another query too. While we are talking about on-premise, right?
Hmm.
So once you have done all your changes and it has been deployed in our on-premises, so we need someone to scripts to put it in the on-premise server.
Yes, correct.
Saying that it will be requiring some individual developer to be putting in to copy all those files and
Hmm.
get it configured. So in this case, why can't we use Ansible as a configuration? So will we
Hmm.
automate that on-premises model over using our Ansible? Is it
No,
possible? I am
still,
just having it.
yeah, 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 yeah. You can use any models or any tools or any utility tools, but the thing is, we require developers to modify the DWLs, right? So the thing
Okay,
is,
okay,
how we are copying the files, we can automate those. But the thing is, we require developers to modify the DWLs or transformations. So that
okay,
is
okay,
where this will come handy.
okay. Sure, sure, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Dilip,
Ah,
I don't see any other question.
okay. Okay. Yeah, we will go to the next things. We will have a separate question and answer session.
Sure, sure. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so first, so this is going to be a walkthrough session. I will show you some applications and code walkthrough will also be there, and I separated this whole uh, tutorial or this walkthrough into four steps. Okay, so the first step we will see how to use dynamic evaluate connector. Okay, how to use dynamic evaluate connector and load different DWL files. Okay, these DWL files uh, which are available outside the project folder. Okay, so that thing we will see. So next thing we will see how to output a static web page. Okay, with set payload or any transform message with parse template, with anything we can output a static web page. Okay, so that also we will see. So third thing, so how to render elements in a static web page. Okay, so let's say some page is there already, some template page is there, and inside that you want to modify the elements or values inside the page. Okay, or content of the page, how we can do that. So that thing we will see. And fourth one, all this combined. Okay, so all this combined, how we can integrate all these things and we can develop as application. Okay, so I separated this into your 4 steps. We will see each step. Okay, so first thing, dynamic evaluate connector. So how we can load the DWL files dynamically. Okay, so dynamic evaluate connector. So this connector is used to uh, so it will have two properties. Okay, so we will see the properties also. It will have two properties. One is expression, so where the script file is stored. Okay, so that expression will be there. And the second thing is parameter. Okay, so what parameters we want to evaluate. Okay, whether it is a payload or the data is stored in some variable. So like that we can give two properties here. Okay, so if you give a expression, in expression we have to give the script, and then parameter we have to give the data what we want to transform. Okay, this dynamic evaluate connector, it will evaluate the script and it will interpret the payload, and it will give the proper output format. Okay, so we'll see in studio how it is done. Okay, so already I kept since we are having some timing constraints, many things we are going to see, right? So already I developed some simple applications for each parts. Okay, so first part, dynamic evaluate, right? So how we are going to provide the DWL files to this dynamic evaluate. Okay, so we are going to use the read operation, read file operation, and we are going to fetch the file from the file location. Okay, and how we can read different DWL files. Okay, so that we are going to give as a URI parameter. Okay, wait, not responding is coming. Okay, so from file read connector, we are going to read the DWL files, and we are going to give the script. We are going to, and what are all the DWL script available in the file read. Okay, we are storing in a variable, and we are passing, as I told, expression. In an expression property, we have to pass the script, and in parameter section we have to pass the payload. We have to pass the data. Okay, the default is payload only, so that's why I didn't give anything. So the data will, how we are going to transform the messages. I used a listener, HTTP listener connector. So so many knows what is the usage of listener, HTTP listener. So HTTP listener, it will be used to listen to a particular host name and put, and it will be, and we can give a HTTP method to this one. Okay, HTTP call to this one. So now I'm going to run this application and show you how this will transform. So it is going to read from this part one. Okay, simple transformations. So currently I'm having two DWL files. Okay, so this DWL file, it is having addition operation. If you see, so this DWL file, it is having a simple addition operation, and so like that, this subtraction file, it is having a subtraction operation. Okay, so first we will see how to call this application. Okay, so simply we will call this application with localhost, and what is the base path it is listening to? Part one. Okay, part one, the base path. Then here we have to give the mapping file name. Okay, so what operation we are going to do? It is addition. First we will see addition, and in body as raw JSON, some JSON value we are going to give. Okay, number one. Okay, and now if I hit the send button, so in response I'm getting the addition result. Okay, so 2 plus 6 is coming. Okay, so if I want to do, if I want to load a another DWL file, okay, I'm having a subtraction DWL file. So I will give URI parameter as subtraction. Okay, so now it is going to give me subtraction result. Okay, now the application is running, right? If you see, application is running and log file is going on. And what I will do is I will introduce new DWL file now. Okay, so I will copy this DWL, add a new operation here as uh, multiplication, multiply. Okay, multiply, and I will edit this DWL file, multiply result, result. So I modified the DWL file. So now if you go to Postman and call the multiply URI. Okay, so our payload is same, number one and number two, 2 and 6. Now we will get the multiply result. 1 minute. Sorry. Multiply. Yeah. Sorry. Multiply Postman. Some problem is still expected. Oh, sorry. I deleted this basis. Okay. See, multiply result is coming. So if we go and check here in our log file, so the errors we faced, it is only coming. So application is not restarted. Okay, so we added a new DWL file, we modified the mappings, even modifications we can do. So with this first part, we can I hope we learned how we can load a different not multiple, dynamically load the DWL files, and even modifications we can able to do. Okay, so with this dynamic evaluate we can do this one. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, sorry to interrupt, Dilip. Anyone having any question on dynamic evaluate, if anyone have, or how does it work? Yeah, Dilip, I think we are good. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, guys, please feel free to ask question. Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, Dilip, you can go ahead, please.
okay, next part will go. Our next part is, so how we can load a static web page. Okay, so let's say we are having some web page in file format, yeah, HTML page is there, and how we can show that web page with the help of a mule flow. Okay, so we don't require any uh, Angular, or even we don't need to expose this web page. Okay, with the help of mule itself we can output a web page, a simple web page. So that one we will see now. So same like the previous application. Okay, previous flow. So we are having a listener, okay, which is listening to um, part 2 base path. Then we are having a file read operation, which is reading a file from this location. Okay, and so while reading, how we have to read is, let's say we are having a, this is not a HTML page. Okay, so it is in a text format. Okay, in text file we are having this HTML syntax, HTML syntax is there. Okay, so we are reading this as a text plain, and after that in set payload simply you give a payload. Okay, MIME type alone, change the MIME type to text slash HTML. So what will happen is, after reading the file, HTML file, okay, it will read in a text format. After that, in set payload, since we have given the MIME type as text slash HTML, it will set the content type, okay, the output content type to HTML, okay, so that our browser can visualize the content whatever we are having in this file. Okay, so this is a simple flow only. Okay, so we will see this flow also. So this is also part of this application, right? So it is running. So we will go to browser this time. So we'll go to browser. We will call this endpoint localhost 8081. So our base path is part 2. Okay, you see here, so it is visualizing a simple web page. Okay, so it is so I'm having this HTML page where it having some heading and some simple para simple text is there. Okay, so it is visualizing these things. Okay, so even if we modify some things, it will happen here. Okay, I will show you the HTML file also. Mm, HTML simple web page. So this is the web page. Here we open, so it is having some heading, it is having a heading, simple web page, and it is having a para and some style elements are there. So we don't require this. So if we want to beautify, we can add a style element. Okay, and this is for outputting this simple web pages. We don't need to learn HTML completely. Simply by googling or with W3 School or Java T Point, we can see the what are the tags and what is the meaning of these tags. Everything we can see in with the help of Google itself. We can see. Okay, so this second is also completed. So we learned how to host a static web page. Okay, so next we will see.
Yeah, Dilipan, there is a question.
Yeah,
Can we use a JavaScript alert using the same technique? Can we use JavaScript alert?
JavaScript alert. Actually, who is Ritika's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Ritika. Actually, I'm not a front-end developer. Java, actually, see, if that script, okay, so whatever script you want, okay, so if it is embedded, okay, if that can be embedded within this single HTML page, you can use any JavaScript. Okay, my understanding is we can use a script here itself. Okay, with a script tag. Okay, so if it is if you can give here, okay, then you can use a simple JavaScript here itself. Ritika, is that okay?
Yeah, I think Syam and Tapan also confirmed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he also
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can move ahead, Dilipan, please.
Okay. So next part we will see. So that's what I have given here as steps. So next part, how we can modify the content. So previously we have seen in this one how we can host a static web page. But now we will modify something in this page. Okay, we will modify the values in this page and we will visualize in the browser. Okay, how we can do that? Okay, so for that we have to use a parse template connector. So okay, this parse template component, what it is capable of is it we can give an input of a uh, we can give an input of any language, okay, in text format. Okay, it need not to be a HTML, it can be any language we can give in a text format, and within this text we can embed a DWL code. Okay, we can embed a DWL code as, so how conventionally, how we will give in Studio. Okay, as previously we'll give us a MEL expression, right? Has within array symbol we will give the DWL script. Okay, same like that we can embed a DWL script within any language with the help of this parse template. Okay, so now we are using this parse template connector, and we are going to render the HTML page with DWL expressions. Okay, so we'll see how we can do that. It is that in part 3. So here, transform message, in transform message I'm having, so same previous web page itself, that simple web page itself I'm going to take, but this time instead of hard coding the content, what I'm doing is I'm getting the content from the transform message. In transform message I'm getting the content. Okay, here heading is simple web page from variable, and body is, this is the simple web page, some text I have given here in transform message. And in parse template, same web page only. So I will show here. So in parse template, in content you can give as a text, okay, or else you can give us a, you can store this HTML in a page, in a file, and you can give the location of the file here. Okay, so now we will see what I have. Okay, so same previous web page only, but in place of heading. Okay, so previously we were having some hard coded value, but now I have given variable. Okay, variable web page. Web page is the variable name, and inside web page I am going to take the heading key, and here I am going to take the body key. Okay, so now we will see how it renders, and this is part 3 paste path. Okay, part 3. See, now whatever we stored in transform message, that is visible now for us. Okay, so previously we have outputted, yeah, static page. Now we are changing the content of the page, and we are showing the web page. Okay, so with the help of parse template. Okay, so it can be like, you don't need to, let's say you want to get the payload, okay, from the HTTP listener. Okay, and you want to render the web page with the help of the payload from the HTTP listener, so that is also possible. Okay, you can take the payload from the listener, and you can pass the payload here. Okay, so that also you can do with this one. Okay, so the whole idea is you can populate a web page with the content outside the web page. Okay, so that thing you can do with this part 3.
There is a question from Deepak.
Yeah,
How the security will be managed as exposing the endpoints to anyone will who has the access to API will expose it to be changed maliciously.
yeah. Yeah, hi
Security.
Deepak. The thing is, currently now in this development, I didn't worried about the security things, because this is only for demo purpose, right? But the thing is, you can introduce a policy for your endpoint. You can have OAuth, or you can have identity management, and you can expose this one, because in organization level, you should not expose without any identity management, right? So you can introduce some OAuth or identity management, and after that you can expose this web page. Okay, the Deepak, does this answer your question? Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, Dilipan, like the last thing, past
Hmm.
template,
Hmm.
uh, like can you add dynamic transfer message or something like that, or how it will work if it is reading
Okay.
from, yeah.
Okay. So till this part 3, we have seen only the application, only how we can show the things, right? So next we will see in part 4. Okay, we will combine all these 3 things. Okay, we will arrive at the model what I have shown previously. Okay,
Sure.
so we
Okay.
will, if
Okay.
we combine all these 3 things, so here I have shown these things, right? This model. Okay, so if we combine all these three topics, okay, 3 parts, we will arrive at this topic. Okay, so first what we have seen, okay, we have seen how to externalize the DWL file and read from different applications. So that one we have seen here, right? So the first part covers this one. Okay, second part, static web page. So in visualization service, we are going to uh, we are having this functionality only. So this part 2 and part 3 only combined together, they are in this visualization service. Okay, in part 4 we will see how we can combine these three things, both these things. Okay, in
Sure.
part 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, from DWL file, how we can show the DWL file. So file, and how we can uh, show that DWL file in the web page. So everything we will see now. Okay, so this is the flow, and we'll see in studio how it is made. Okay, so in listener we are going to get what mapping file we want to visualize. Okay, and that URI parameter we are taking. So from URI parameter attribute, we are getting the mapping file name, and we are adding .dwl to this, so that sorry. Okay, so with the attribute, in attribute URI parameter, we are getting the mapping file name, and we are appending the .dwl extension to this, and we are reading this DWL file with the help of read, and after that we are rendering with the parse template. Okay, so if we see here, this fourth part, okay, this is going to be this is going to visualize the DWL file. Okay, what we are using in this part 1. Okay, in part 1 we did addition, subtraction, multiply operations, right? So this all these three DWL files now we are going to visualize with the help of this fourth flow. Okay, so we will call this fourth flow, and we'll see how it goes. Part 4, and here I am going to give addition and submission. Okay, so now if you see, so this is a simple web page only, so I didn't done any alignment or beautifications. So here in this text area, so it is showing the DWL file. So if you see here, so this is the DWL file we are having. Perhaps part 1 simple transformation. So I'm reading the DWL from file from here, and it is showing in the web page. Okay, so like this. So if I change this to multiply, so it will show the multiply DWL file. See, this is what we added newly, right? That multiply DWL file is just okay. So this is now we learned how we can visualize the DWL file also. Okay, and to show it is reading from here only, I will add yeah, I will call a different one. I will call division. It will throw a, so I didn't done any error handling, so it will throw error as division DWL file is not exist. Okay, we can properly error handle this, and we can show in the proper format. Okay, so in fourth part, so we learned how we can combine all these three parts. Okay, previously we have seen three parts, right? All these three parts, how we can combine, and we can show in a proper web page. Okay, so that thing we have seen in this fourth part. So till now, any doubts?
I don't see any question, Dilipan.
Okay, Amit, any questions in your mind?
No, no. Maybe we
Okay,
can
okay.
show the UI and just
Mm-mm.
add and how it is useful and those kind of things.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So
Yeah.
till now we have seen part by part how exactly step by step how we can build this one. Okay, now we will come to the final walkthrough. Okay, so the whole application we will see the web page, how it is modifying everything we will see now. Okay, so now I deployed, wait, I will deploy the application. Stop this example service. Just this one. So, okay, while deploying, we can take a question. What is the connector being used for UI? Resmi, it is parse template. Okay, so parse template is a connector where we can embed a DWL code in any language. Okay, so it can be HTML page, or it can be XML, or any language. You can give us a text file here if you see. So text content is there. Simple web page, text content. Doctor, yeah. This is a HTML, some HTML page, right? So here we are including a DWL expressions here. So with parse template, we can achieve this one. So with any language, we can give any language as a text format, and we can embed a DWL coding inside that. Okay. Still the application is running. It's not visible clearly. Oh, okay. Wait, let me try to zoom this. Okay. But okay. Is it visible now? So here body is starting, and in heading we added a DWL. Can you paste it here? Okay, fine. I hope everyone others can see the page. Amit, can you see the page? Notepad plus plus.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay,
visible
okay,
now.
okay, okay. We'll see. Yeah, application started. So now we will go to page, and so this is my first, as I told you earlier, so this is the base path, hostname and port number, and this is the first endpoint. Okay, mapping visualizer endpoint. So with this endpoint, if we directly hit, it won't fetch anything. So we have to input what transaction, which transaction or which DWL file we want to fetch and visualize. Okay, that we have to give us a URI param here, and if we hit enter, so it is going to show me the employee DWL file. Okay, so this is the web page it will look like. So it will show us the mappings inside this DWL file. So it is having three mappings. Okay, we will see this also. It is having three mappings. These are keys and these are values, and new mapping adder is there, facility, and bulk editor is there. Okay, so we will see how we can edit, the thing. Okay, so first functionality is modifying. Okay, so here let's say this is now it is salary, right? But the user input is coming in rupees. Okay, but the key is in USD. Okay, so how we can do that? We can alter this mapping, salary divided by, so blindly now I'm giving 75 as USD to INR conversion as number. Okay, so like this I'm modifying. After modifying, if I click modify, okay, it got modified. And if we see in the DWL file, it got modified. Okay, salary in USD, and the whatever expression we have given, it got added here. Okay, and if we want to add a new mapping, we can do that. Okay, let's say this employee. Okay, department we are adding for this employee. Okay, department, and it is being read from dollar dot. We can hard code this. First I will hard code and show you. Hard underscore department. Okay, department products. Okay, submit. So after clicking submit, it added a new mapping here. and in DWL file also we can see this. Okay, and if we want to add department as original mapping, you can add that also, dollar dot department employee to have some employee underscore depth. Okay, so that is also added now. So okay, after adding also we can modify this. Let's say first, okay, it will modify this also, employee departments like this. Okay, and so till now I did only modification, adding new mappings and the bulk mode editor. Also you can use delete for this. Okay, if you want to delete a mapping, okay, you can add a delete button. After this modify, you can add a delete button and you can delete this mapping also. So there will be some requirements also, right, for deleting a mapping. Okay, so that also we can do here. Okay, so now we have seen the web page. um, so as I shown, for every button clicks, okay, for every button clicks, it will call a form element. That form element will have an action for modify. I will show you this page also. HTML simple web page with DWL. So in W3, I will take parse template whatever I'm having. I will take that. Uh, If you see here, so for every so here for DWL bulk DWL mode, okay, we are having a form action. In action we are having uh, what mapping we are calling the mapping modifier endpoint, and we are passing query parameter as mode bulk, and for adding new mapping we are passing the mode as add. So like that we are passing everything in the action menu. Okay, so, so with the help of this action facility property only, we are interacting with the mule flow from this web page. Okay, so now we will see how exactly this application is built. Okay, so this is the visualize mapping flow. Okay, so here we are listening to a endpoint, and after that here in set variable we are getting the attribute. So in attribute URI parameter we are getting which entity or which DWL file we want to change. That thing we are storing in set variable. After that we are reading the mapping file. Okay, so here flow reference is going, and here we are having two connectors. Okay, whether it is file or s3. Okay, so if it is, as I told you earlier, if it is on premise we have to rely upon local file storage, and for cloud hub we have to rely upon some other web storage, right? So that's why I used s3 bucket here. Okay, so this thing we can configure this configuration for each entity, which protocol or which connector we want to use. Okay, that thing we can configure in YAML file. Okay, so now it is not responding. Okay, so the YAML file. So in YAML file, I am storing entity, and for employee, okay, what is the connector? Okay, and what is the mapping file name? Okay, if I give for employee salary, okay, let's say this for this employee salary entity, if I want to read from file connector, okay, so I have to modify this to file, and I have to make sure this employee salary.dwl is available in the local storage. Okay, so like that we can configure either s3 or file connectors here. Okay, so now I'm reading everything from s3 only. Okay, so from here we can read the things with choice sorter. We are deciding okay which connector we want to take, and here in this content type we are reading this uh, configuration, okay, from the YAML file. Okay, so if any error, if a file is not if a connector type is not available, it will raise a error, something like that. Okay, so after reading the mapping file, it will map. Okay, so exactly how we are showing in table format, okay, that I will explain now. So if we see here, so we are showing this in table format, right? But in DWL file, it will be a key value pairs. Okay, how we can separate these keys and values? Okay, so usually key value pairs are in value pairs in DWL files are separated by colon, right? So I'm using a split by function and separating this one. Okay, so now we will see the example mapping file mappings. Okay, here open. Mm. Okay, so here plain text, not the, okay. So here we are first identifying, okay, what is our scope, okay, where our mapping is there. So for that we are adding some delimiter. So first with this delimiter we are identifying our mapping part. Then with the help of colon, we are using split by function and splitting the left hand side and right hand side parts. And after that we are showing these things in table format. So this table format we'll see here. We go to mule code. Okay, so here we are forming the table HTML element, okay, with the help of XML. So
Maybe you can copy this in a notepad for better
okay,
visibility. Yeah, it's difficult to see.
okay. Okay, so this is how we are doing. We are separating with the help of split by. So here split by is there. So after split by colon, so left hand side will be marked with 0 and right hand side. The second element is our right hand side, right? So with the help of this split by, we are showing these elements in the table format. Okay, so so this syntax for a HTML, you can refer in a W3 school or anything. Okay, if so, this is a table format, and TR for row and TD for data. So like that you can check in W3 school or any online tutorial sites. Okay, I will paste this also in chat window. If you want to refer, you can refer. Okay, and one thing is, by default HTML, okay, text class HTML, you cannot write script in DWL. Okay, so what we have to do is, since HTML it is using XML syntax, we can use text class XML and build our HTML elements. Okay, after that we can give this HTML, we can give this XML to the parse template. So after framing this, this is under table variable. So in parse template, web page is there. Here table. Okay, so under mapping modifier only we are having a table, right? A modifier table. So here we are giving a DWL code. Okay, vars dot table. So in vars dot table we are having the HTML. Actually, it is XML code with HTML code with XML syntax. Okay, that is available in this table variable. That one we are rendering with the help of this parse template. Okay, even entity name I'm giving here. So everything we can embed as a DWL script inside the HTML code. Okay, so with this visualizer is done. So after this, I'll give a break. Wait, so we will complete this also. Okay, so after, okay, we now we learned how to visualize the DWL, but how this modify is exactly is modifying. Okay, modify or add is exactly adding the thing. So after clicking the modify button, okay, it is going to call. So from here we are seeing modify. I will give example for add or bulk edit. We will take example. Okay, so this bulk edit you will get, let's say we are changing something here. Okay, after changing and giving submit button, how exactly the mule flow works. Okay, so after giving the submit button, okay, if we go to the HTML page, so it is going to call the mule flow, mule endpoint with mode as bulk. Okay, and it will pass the payload whatever we are giving. Okay, and if we go to the studio, it will traverse, like it will come here, then mode will be captured, and as like previously URI parameter entity, it will be captured. Then here input mapping. Okay, so in payload we are having mapping, right? So the whole DWL file, so that one we are capturing and storing in input mapping. Then read mapping file, first we have to read the mapping file to alter that, right? So first we are reading the mapping file. So previously I have shown you, so in mapping visualizer how we can read from S3 bucket or file. So like that, first we are reading the mapping file. Then mapping mode we are getting. So mapping mode is bulk. So bulk mode alone I will explain. So bulk mode, so input mapping we are getting the payload. Okay, we are getting the um, entry set. Okay, so with the entry set function we can get the uh, entry set, we can get the we can parse the payload, and we can get, okay, what is the key, what is the value, like that we can get. Okay, after that in bulk edit mapping file, okay, in this connector we are replacing, okay, we are updated mapping variable, we are replacing everything with our input mapping. Then after that we are passing, we are writing to the mapping file here, we are writing to the mapping file in file connector. So in updated mapping, we are having the whole DWL file. So if you see here, so after hitting the DWL submit button, this whole data, it will be given to the mule flow. Mule flow will read this one, then pass this to the first, pass this to the right mapping. Okay. So like this, it will alter the mapping. But in bulk edit mode, it is alter the mapping. If it is S3 bucket, it will pass a create object operation, and it will pass the payload to the DWL file to the S3 bucket. Okay, so after that, after writing the mapping, then again we are calling this visualizer itself, so that it will visualize it. It is kind of a refreshing. Okay, it will refresh the page, and it will show the updated mapping file. That's how it is showing here. Okay, if we modify this, let's say I am removing this also. Okay, now if I hit some, if you see here, here 4 mappings are now there. Now I modified to only 2 mappings. Okay, if I hit submit button, okay, it is loading. After loading, it again refresh the page, right? So that functionality is happening because of that flow reference. Okay, so currently, so here only I added modes, different modes, how to add a mapping, how to modify a mapping, how to bulk edit a mapping. So deleting also I added some logic, but in web page I didn't added functionality yet due to timing constraint. We are showing only 3 functionalities. Okay, so that's it. So now we'll go for a question and answer session, and this jar file, if anyone needed, we will give the jar file at the end, or this XML, the whole XML I will give.
Yeah, yeah, Dilevan, we can share the code with
Hmm.
the participant if they want, if anyone wants that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, any question like anyone having, or like if anyone joins late or anyone wants to recap anything? Dilevan, this can be achieved in Cloud Hub. There is one question from Rasmi.
Yes, yes. That's why I told we are having S3. Wait, I forgot to show one more thing. Um,
Okay.
So I'm having the mappings in S3 bucket here. Okay, so in AWS, I created a bucket, and I kept the mappings here. And the original visualizer application I deployed in local only, but it can be deployed also in Cloud Hub. Okay, one sample application. Okay, yeah. So in this model, we are having a number of other applications also, right? So visualization application service and other applications also there, right? Original application where we are doing business transformations. So that kind of one application I deployed in Cloud Hub now. I will show you with Cloud Hub. This is the Cloud Hub endpoint. and here we will see how we can modify and change the applications. Okay, so now I'm having only first I will visualize what is employee. I don't know what is there in employee. Okay, only three mappings are there, and we are having okay. So here I'm having two data, two rows are there. One is Amit and one more is Dileepan. And Amit is getting salary per month 4 lakhs and Dileepan is getting only 30,000. So bad. And I'm going to send this one, and it gave me the transformations what we did. Okay, so we are converting the Indian rupee to US dollars, right? So that one it is happening here, salary in USD. So in case if we want to modify a mapping, okay, we will modify. So let's say the US dollar amount is 60 rupees. Okay, I'm modifying this, and after this I'm coming here, passing the same payload. So now it should not show 405,333, it should show some other value. See, 46 and 500. So it is modifying the DWL file properly. And let's say if we want to add new mapping, so that will also be there. Okay, so see here, I'm having a age in input data, but in output I'm not having I'm not getting the age. That is because I'm having only three mappings. Now I will add one more mapping, uh, age in days. Okay, then I will get dollar dot age multiply by 365, right? In a year. So like this, 365 without considering leap years, I am adding 365 as numbers. Okay. So in age in days, so in input we are getting age in years and we are converting age in days. Okay. So submit. So it added a mapping here, and in Cloud Hub also it will add, but we cannot visualize here. We can download this mapping file and we can see. Okay, so if we see last modified, so it is showing current day, current time. Okay, so it is proper now. Now okay, February 11th it is showing. If we refresh, February 12th for this employee DWL file. And now if we hit this send button, it will give, wait, age in days, numbers. So it got affected in script, but some problem is there with our transformation. Sorry,
Numbers.
numbers. This kind of silly mistakes I will make. Number. See, even if any bugs are there, so this is kind of a bug, right? So now we can modify it without any, sorry, this as also capital. Okay, so now we modified without any, without logging into any server, with the help of web page itself, we modified everything. What the application is deployed in Cloud Hub, but we modified everything with the web page itself. Okay, modify. Okay, so now it is proper, right? Now I will hit this send button. See, age is coming in days now. Okay, Amit, your age is proper, right? 50.
Yeah, yeah, age and salary, everything you're on right track, man. We need to talk later.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Saktival, he is helping. He is sending numbers in chat. Good. Okay. So now we'll go to question and answer session. Amit, so if
Yeah,
anyone
if
having
you
any
if
questions, we can see. We don't have any AWS or Azure. Oh, okay. Cloud Hub. Yes, Resmi. You can if you don't have AWS or Azure, you can, if you have a database. Okay, you can store the DWL file in a table format also. That is also possible. Fine. Okay. Uh, any other question?
yeah, like anyone in the anyone any have question for Dilipan, or we can go for our quiz. For that's the trivia quiz. Thank you, Dilepan, for your presentation. Thank you for your time. It was a nice presentation, and I hope people get benefited of it and they learn something new. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Amit. Actually, I have to thank you only. You gave me this opportunity to present this one.
Sure, yeah, it's kind of a new topic, and yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, maybe we can build on that and with come with new features for the group.
No, the thing is, um, so
Yeah,
I
you can
came
put on a
across this
GitHub.
complexity.
Yeah.
I came across this complexity. So I wanted some solution for this. So that solution. So this is not like a unused solution, or this is going to be a useful one only because I implemented in my project, in my previous project. So depending upon the use case, you can implement this one, you can modify, you can alter this application, and you can use for your projects.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
one question, yeah, people are asking for GitHub link. So what I can do for all the participant, I will take a GitHub link from the Dilipan and share the things at the GitHub link. That will be fine. And one question from Rasmi: did you face latency while calling DWL file, Dilipan?
Yeah, the thing is, if we use dynamic evaluate, okay, so instead of getting the script from the project itself, we are reading from some other location, right? So that latency alone we will face. So it will be in some milliseconds only. So we don't need to worry about that one. If we uh, if we are worried about that latency, then this model will not be. You can go with some other thing. Okay, this for sure some latency will be there. It will be there in milliseconds only.
Okay, but not that much
Yeah,
of.
not that much.
Okay. Yeah, so I will share the GitHub link and all those things after the presentation. This slide deck, everything will share in the Patna Microsoft group.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we'll start with our quiz.
Okay.
So I will share my screen, Dilipan.
Yeah. Okay. I will go in mute. Thank you,
Yeah,
Amit.
sure. Thank you, Dilipan, for your time. Yeah.
Hey, whether I can also participate in quiz?
No, you have formed the question. So anyway, you want. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sorry. I only came.
You have created the question, so you cannot
Okay.
participate.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anyway, like the winner of the quiz gets the voucher
Mhm.
for where they can attend a training. And if anyone has win the voucher in last other meetups recently, I would advise them to allow other or have the other one this uh, vouchers so that they can apply for their courses and give the examination certification examination. So if someone has won recently, otherwise everyone is free to participate. I will share my screen for everyone. Yeah, Dilipan, you can stop, please, sharing. Sure. Let me know if you can see my screen, all of you. Is it? Can everyone can see this screen? This mentimeter.com. Yeah, Dilipan, anyone can confirm? Yeah, yeah. So please go to this www.menti.com and use this code. I think this is the link I will put here. Yeah. A. Yeah. So I will wait for everyone to join. I can see around 25, 27 people. So let's everyone join. Take 2 minutes to join here. So how it works, like the one who answers the question first, so top three will be getting a voucher. Yeah, Abhishek, are you facing any problem? Like you ping something? Oh, yeah. Thank you for putting the code, Abhishek. I can see 16 people as of now. So I can see 17 people. Anyone else to join? Like we can give a minute, or we can start now. We'll start in 1 minute. Yeah. I think we are good to start. Correct. We'll wait for 30 seconds and start now. I can see 17 people. Okay, I'm starting now. All the best. Yeah. With which connector we can output a HTML page. So only one has given the right answer. We can use all the components as covered in the walkthrough: set payload, transform message, and pass template. Yeah, we'll go to the next. So you can see this. Let's go to the next one. Okay, it's struck actually. Give us a second. Now, home. Can you try from your side?
Let me see an ice cream and try. One second.
Yeah, yeah. Om, can you listen me?
Amit, is it possible for me to present that one? If home is available, I can do that.
Uh, okay, give me a sec, guys. Give me a second. I'm checking with him.
Okay.
So we are experiencing problem in Menti tool. So we are thinking to do it manually. Give us a second. I'm just checking with Om. So, guys, like we can put the question in the slide and let me check with him. Give me a second. Again, sharing my screen, and we'll retrying. Can all of you see my screen here? Can someone confirm? I can, yeah. So, yeah, I think I sorry for this, but I'm starting again. Okay, so I think we have deleted the first question, so we'll go with the best of four only. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay, we'll give 10 seconds if someone is waiting. So we're starting now. Yeah. So we'll start the thing again. If it is not working, we'll try and do it. Yeah. Which connector is used to render the content of a static web page?
Amit,
I think there is some problem. Om, you have, yeah, I think Om has done some. Uh, in order to correct, I think he removed the answers. Correct, Dilipan?
I think yes. Okay.
What we can do
do
now?
do one thing. So go to the next page. That leaderboard, we will have these 11 members, right? We will note down these 11 members manually. We will note down. I will note down.
Uh,
I'll take a screenshot and note down.
or what we can do, Dilipan? Let's. You have the questions.
Ah,
You
yeah, I have.
can. Yeah, you have the remaining three questions. We can add two questions
Okay.
at the
People
and
can
we'll
tell
put
in yeah,
yeah
chat.
chat. Yeah, you put the question
Mm.
and you put ABCD option and
Mm.
the top three we will note it down.
Okay, okay.
For like we have three questions and we'll do for each question one winner. And only request would be like if someone answered the first question, they cannot participate in the next question. The first winner.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So bad. Sorry. Apology for that. Yeah, Dilipan, you can do that. You can
Okay.
have a new
I
question.
will share my screen.
Sure. Yeah.
Amit,
Yeah,
share the
yeah,
message not
yeah,
there.
yeah. I have stopped. I have stopped.
Okay.
I have stopped.
Okay. So two questions are over, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So third one,
You can put on the yeah. You can put on the chat directly.
I'm showing my screen. My screen is visible, right?
Yeah, yeah. Your screen
Okay.
visible. Yeah, I think we got. Yeah,
Okay.
we got the answer.
So which character is used to read an external DWL file? So see DWL file outside the project folder, so not within the project folder. So which character is used for that?
So the we have
So
got a lot of answers.
who
B
told
A.
first?
Yeah, what is the right answer? You need to tell the what will be
Okay.
correct.
We'll see. The right answer is third one, right? Right answer is B. Dynamic evaluate.
Okay, so we got Nabeen Subane. Hey, congrats, Nabeen. So yeah, so the answer is dynamic evaluate, and you won the
So I
first
will note
question.
down winner
Yeah,
Naveen.
yeah. Next question, you just type the question and then one go you put it. Don't share before, otherwise it gets. Wait. Don't share it right now. Just stop. Yeah, don't. Can you stop your sharing the screen 1 second, Dilipan? So that
I'm having in questions in different
yeah,
page
you're
only.
you're having in an
Another
okay,
monitor
okay,
open.
okay. Okay, yeah, just put it there and let's, yeah, ready for the next question. Put the next question, please. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going
Naveen,
to
please
give the
don't
next one.
participate. Yeah. Yeah, please do.
Everyone stopped typing from. So last one is Race Me Banerjee. Okay,
Wait,
so
yeah,
after
wait,
that
wait,
we
wait,
have to
wait.
consider.
Yeah, wait. I will put some thing.
Yeah, give some message in that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the next question is
Is it possible to load different DWL files with single transform message? So what is the answer? Replies.
but no one is giving option B, option D and C.
But what is the right answer?
Okay,
Of course.
right answer is A.
Yeah, A. So I think Vinod has won this quiz. Second question. Vinod Kumar Karunanithi.
Okay,
So Vinod, you don't participate for the next question. You and Naveen, please.
Vinod Kumar.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So next question.
Wait. You put the next in the final question. Yeah, please, Dilpan, put the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. 1 minute. Okay. Then last one. So what will happen if we have two listeners with same host name, port number, but with different base path? Will it work?
So we're getting different options: D, A, C. Yeah, Dilpan. Okay, so what is the answer? I think everyone is done.
Answer is
And yeah, can you explain the answer also? Yeah.
okay. Answer is D only. Thing is okay. So if we have two listeners, okay, with same port number and host name, but with different base path, the thing is it will automatically route it to the corresponding listener. Okay, so that means the application will deploy properly and it will not have any errors also. Okay.
So there won't. Yeah. So there won't. So the team, the answer is D. It will deploy and run
And
without error.
yeah, correct. Winner.
So
Who
the
is the winner?
winner, Dhanusi Krishna. Wait. Let me check for this. My bad. Yeah, Dhanusu. I hope it's pronouncing his name. Dhanusu Krishna Raj.
Anusu Krishnaraj. Okay.
Yeah, Naveen, Danusu, and Vinod, can you put your email ID in the chat so that we can reach out to you with the Google form for the congratulations to all three of you. So yeah, please put your email ID, all three of you, so that we can reach out to you for your forms and all. You can fill the forms, and it takes normally up to 2 to 3 weeks for the MuleSoft team certification and training and voucher team to revert back. So if it doesn't happen in 2 to 3 weeks, reach out to me or Om or anyone in the Patna group, and we'll definitely look into that. Yeah, I think Naveen, you can set your email ID also. We'll make a note of this. Yeah, I'm stopping the recording, but and so yeah, I will take the screen from here, Dilipan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, so I thank everyone for your time, your weekends, giving your time, and hope you find this useful. So, if you have any suggestion, please please share your suggestion in the form. What topic you want to have the group organize for you, and at the end, I will ask everyone to please enable your webcam so that we can take a group photo for our event. And I request everyone, if they like the topic, just put on the social media, your LinkedIn handle or Facebook to just promote the event. So can I request everyone to please enable your camera webcam, please, for just for the screenshot. Yeah, please enable your webcam, please, guys, just for a minute. Yeah, please enable your webcam. We are already past suited our time by 10 minutes, so we can leave everyone for have their weekend plans. We don't want to disturb them. Just enable your camera, guys. I can see only Haris. I don't know. Like Dilipan, you can see other people, or I'm not able to see or something like that. Okay, like you are not able to see the. Okay, so I need to enable something. Okay, wait, wait. Mhm. Uh, yeah. Okay. Can you check now? I'm checking with Om how to enable for everyone. Okay, so I'm making everyone presenter. So I hope now you can do all of you. Let me know if still you are not able to do. My bad. So anyone still facing issue in not opening the camera, let me know, please, team. Still not enable. Okay. Okay, wait. Satyan. Node. Anyone else is still facing issue? Please ping in the chat group. Nabeen. Naveen, can you try now? Vinod, can you try now? I think Vinod is there. Yeah, I think. Hi. Okay, okay. How to take a screenshot? Dilipan, can you help here? Uh, Stopping this saving. Yeah, I think I can see. So I will take the screenshot here. Anyone who is not able to do, let me check the chat. Chris. Okay, Chris. Chris, can you try to enable your camera now? Yeah, I'm taking the one. Yeah. Hey. Dilpan, can you help me with that photo? Yeah, I'm taking. So, yeah, thank you all. Thank you for your time. Have a great weekend. I will share the code. We'll share the jar. Anyone, anything has to say? Put in the chat box. And thank you, Dilpan, for your time.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay, Samit, thanks. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye.
Vinod. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend to everyone.